completed the course.
So we've got Ken Jelbart next with Sammy.
Ken's from down Victoria way. Very good trialer again.
Do you know much about this little dog, Sammy?
No, I don't know much about this dog at all. I'm sorry.
Well, we're gonna find out, aren't we?
We will, yes. He's got to be a good dog because he's in the top 20.
And
Here he goes.
there goes Sammy, casting out to the left.
Oh, that's a beautiful big wide cast. That
Isn't
is
it?
lovely. That is a lovely big wide cast.
Do you prefer to cast to the left or the right?
Doesn't really worry me.
What do you train them to?
I tend to let my dog go. Most dogs have a favourite side to cast, so I tend to send my dogs on their favourite side.
Okay. And are they consistent?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought the casting was trained, but...
It is training, but you do have to train them for it. But a dog will have one side more natural than the other side.
Like any of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is the odd dog that doesn't. I had a dog a few years ago that it didn't make any difference either side.
Yeah. It's what they feel comfortable with.
Yes. I have another dog that will probably only cast one side. He does not like going the other way at all.
Well, when you're a champion, you're allowed to be a bit fickle.
That's it. Yep.
So what do you think to Sammy's performance to this point?
So far, really well. Really good. Now they're going to take him on. That was a shame because this little dog brought those sheep back nearly dead straight. He's doing a really good job.
It's that one sheep, isn't it?
Yes, the one sheep wants to take him on. And he hasn't finished yet. He may give up halfway round if Ken's lucky, or he may fight until they actually get to the pen. It's a little bit like two boxers in the ring.
Yes.
The dog and the sheep face off.
Yeah. I think it's a bit like teenage kids.
Yeah.
Those of us with teenagers. You have the one that wants to take you on.
That's right, yes.
I think that challenging sheep is the tallest one. Is it always the tallest one?
No. There's different ways of telling. That taller one, he is a challenging sheep. But if you watch him, he keeps flicking his ears around. And that will give you an indication that here's the sheep that's going to cause trouble.
Yes.
There's little ways of picking which one is going to be more trouble than the other.
Yep.
And if they give up, most of the time if you see a sheep lick his lips, he's given up to the dog. He says, "Okay, dog, wherever you want to take me, I'll go."
That's intriguing. Well, a bit difficult to tell here at the showground or on the live stream. However, my binoculars help, and absolutely I was just having a look, and there's quite a bit of ear flicking going on.
There is, yes.
Once you know what to watch for, you can just really get involved in what's occurring and immerse yourself in it.
And that's very hard to do, but if you can, that nervous sheep is in the middle there. Now he's on that side. The ideal thing would be if you could keep him in between the other two sheep. He'd feel more comfortable. Now he's just got him over the line. They're into the square now. So Kenny's right to go whenever he wants to go. He's in a pretty good position there. And yes, here he goes.
Of course, this trainer is using a stick or a baton to extend the length of his arm, no other reason. Do you use one?
I do with younger dogs. I find it a lot, the dog sees it a lot easier.
Yes.
It's only a guide for the dog. It's
Yeah, it's a larger object to focus on, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's,
For those people who watch the ABC program Muster Dogs, did you watch that one, Neil?
yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did.
it's
I
good.
think it was a top show.
It was great show.
Terrific show, that.
But I remember that the trainer in that particular show, or the most experienced trainers, were using a rake, weren't they?
Oh yes,
As
yes.
the little guide, just I guess so
To
that
start with,
the younger dogs had got plenty to focus on.
yes.
Then over time that would come down to the smaller stick,
To the smaller stick, yes.
which is 18 inches long.
That is correct, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
When I start pups off, I use, depending on how old the pup is and how it actually starts off, I use a rake a bit.
Mm.
I also use just a long piece of poly pipe as a guide, but I also use what I call a flapper, which is a piece of polythene pipe with a couple of shopping bags tied to the end of it.
Okay.
Now, I use that sometimes on a dog that wants to come in a bit to bite his sheep a bit in the yard when you're first teaching them their sides. And the flapping noise will get the dog off the sheep properly. But you do have to be careful which dogs you use it with, because some dogs can be too scared of it and won't want to work the sheep.
Right. So it's different approaches for different dogs.
Exactly, yes. You've got to be flexible and change your training for every different dog you train.
Like different learning methods for different children.
That's dead correct, yes. This dog's doing a really good job here.
Moving up towards the second winding peg.
Yes, and there's markers at the winding pegs. There's a red marker at each winding peg. Once you go past that red marker, you're clear to keep going. If the sheep go around the left-hand side of the winding peg before they go past that red marker, you have to bring all the sheep around, right around the winding peg, is what they call an unwind. Unwind the sheep.
Have you done that?
I have had to do that a couple of times, yes.
Is it difficult?
Can
Tricky?
be very difficult.
Yeah.
I walked one day, kept walking instead of stopping at the second peg. One beat my dog round the left-hand side. I couldn't stop until I got to the ring at the race.
Yes.
So
Yes.
then I had to stand in the ring at the race and unwind the sheep back at the winding peg.
And you managed to do it?
Yes, we did. It's extremely hard, but we got the job done.
And we're through the race.
He is doing a brilliant job. Now they're going to head off. No, he's got him in there.
There's that patch of green grass there.
Now the
The
dogs,
sheep.
sorry,
No, I was about to say the sheep want to stop and have a bit of a nibble on the way.
yep. And that little dog just moved him in the right time before Kenny got 8 metres away.
Yeah. And on to the bridge.
One of the hardest things you'll probably teach your dog to do is walk backwards away from the sheep to take the pressure off the sheep.
Right.
But it is a very important move to be able to teach a dog to take the pressure off.
And this little dog knows it.
Oh yes, and he took the pressure off, and now he's going to put the pressure on again to get them over the bridge, which he only took 2 steps and it was enough.
And he turns towards his owner to look for the further instruction.
And his owner sent him around this way to try and bring them back in before that red marker, which they have done beautifully. Now the little dog's going to have to shift them up because Kenny can't stop, and the dog's got to try and keep them within the 8 metre mark of Ken. And the markers out there are all 8 metres apart. And that also helps the judge to be able to judge the distance.
Sheep deciding to have that bolt to the left that you were talking about a bit earlier.
They're looking back at their mates, where they came from, and they're trying to get back there. Dog's done a good job to hold them.
Yes. Bringing them back now, but still a few challenges.
That one sheep has not given up yet.
We haven't seen the smacking of the lips.
No, he has not given up. He's still flicking his ears around. He's still looking around for that escape. He's looking for a gap where he can actually escape and go back to his mates.
A little bit of a stomp of the hoof, wanting to take Sammy on. Yep, there we see it again.
He's definitely wanting to take that dog on, stomping his foot. But the dog says, I'm not worried about you, mate. You just go over there and hop in that pen.
Yes, that one sheep has wanted to check Sammy's resilience and resolve all the way through, right?
He tested him all the way. Sammy's doing a good job though.
Absolutely.
This is where I get very nervous as a competitor out there in the ring. And you nearly got them in the pen, and that's when the nerves start to come up a bit.
And of course you have to stay calm for your little dog, right?
Yes, as soon as I start to get a bit nervous, my dog picks it up and then he starts to hype up a bit.
And you can tell. Well, what do you think? Game over?
I think he's just about got him.
Yep.
He's got that bad one in the back rail, so that's
Yes.
good.
Yes.
So I think he should be right now. He's moving his dog around a little bit, just so the sheep know that that dog's there.
The idea being to encourage the sheep just to chill and have a bit of a nibble on the grass,
Yes.
rather than having one last go at Sammy, hey? Yeah. And the gate's being closed.
Beautiful.
Well done.
Well done, Kenny and Sammy.
With some difficult sheep out there.
Well done, Ken. I'll give you Ken's score as soon as I have it with the little dog Sammy.